Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of European Union Multinational Security Protocol. I'm going to disclose to you the instruction manual of the throne of the Pope of Rome, right? This is a message for the Pope himself, this is a message for the cardinals, and of course for the houses of Europe. Pope of Rome, the throne of the Pope, what is it? To understand the throne of the Pope, you have to imagine an airplane. Imagine the European destiny has all these houses, and in front of that destiny is an airplane. And the Pope of Rome is the commander-in-chief of the airplane, and the cardinals are the ministers of the airplane, like a parliament helping the Pope of Rome control the papal airplane. That is a little bit how you can look at the Vatican Eagle throne. So the moment the American president started to threaten the national security issues of Europe, within the birthright system of Europe, there are certain roles, the dividing of work in European destiny. If you're a criminal, the police will come for you and put you in the jail. The judge's job is to judge you, and everyone has a job. There's one that activates, starting a hierarchy system of self-defense. So the spiritual message comes. The Pope starts talking with the cardinals, and the cardinals start talking with the houses, and so the urgency. So what I done to enter the throne of the Pope of Rome is I have a destiny, and I said I am against Donald Trump and the European Union Multinational Security Protocol activated, whereby that means the Pope gave the authorization. Anyone who can save the European Union may come and save the European Union. So God woke me up. And imagine that my destiny, I was like, here, my airplane. I have a destiny, and just imagine my destiny is an airplane. And my airplane started flying right next to the papal airplane. And I was like, hello, lower your defenses. Let me couple with you. Okay, so that process started happening, and at one point the coupling was done, whereby the two airplanes became one. And we made the agreement that the joint airplane is stronger and faster and capable of unity, whereby the papal airplane flies faster because of me, and I fly faster because of the papal airplane. So the pact goes as following. The Vatican takes 75% and I take 25%. So every target we take down, because of this war pact, that's the division of power. So I have every jurisdiction to enter the papal plane and watch the control panels and go like this. Uh-oh, this is what Donald Trump is going to do. That was what I've done in the last video. I exposed the reason, the season of Europe. For the tools in my destiny, if you install that in the Vatican Eagle throne, and an entity like Donald Trump shows up for the European destiny, for my quote-unquote combat plane, that's like tick, 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 exposed. Boom, target defeated. So that is the first service I've done in the throne of the Pope of Rome. So you have to perceive this like a shadow pope, right? The Pope has the final authority. It's the destiny of the Pope, but there is an organism that's connected, that has combat capability. Agreements have been made whereby I can fly the airplane, co-pilot. That's what this is. So because I can do that, and I have a strategy, but if I use a strategy, I will most probably no longer be able to co-pilot, whereby I have a message for the Catholic Church, for the cardinals, for the Pope, the future popes, and so on. Everyone wants to listen. This is papal authorization. If you become a cardinal, you don't have papal authorization. You can't see the system. You can't see the airplane. You can't see what's going on. You're an assistant. There's only one entity that can see what's going on. That's the Pope of Rome. So I can give you oversight. I have the authorization. I'm going to do that because I think it's important. This is what happens. The airplane the destiny of Catholic Church. Imagine a straight line forward. The airplane flies a straight line forwards. What makes the airplane go left and right? I'll show you. What makes the airplane go up and down? 1200 years ago, this airplane started flying, and the first pope made these actions, and the airplane took damage. Negativity started appearing in front of the timeline. But the second pope did great things, so that balanced the thing back to the positive. And the third pope started killing people, and that made it negative again. And so 1200 years of deeds created a complex structure of energetic magnetism that is attracted to the destiny of the Vatican. Here comes the issue. So the second I entered the Vatican Eagle Throne, the throne of the Pope of Rome, under the construct I explained, it was total chaos. Total chaos. If you watch at the first and the second European multinational security protocol videos, you see clarity and funny and, oh, I can do this thing, blah, blah, blah. It's like a very easy, because my destiny is my account. If I ascend, there is nothing in the air. No bad energy, no curses, no familiar spirits, no demons, nothing. Peace. So in the peace, I can just do my job. There's no issue, no limitations. Well, in the air of the Vatican, there is no peace, because it's killer, 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 more killings, dead people. It's amazing. Whoever becomes Pope, whoever becomes cardinal, whoever becomes Catholic priest, you enter the airplane in your position, and in the air, in the aether, is this energy of killings, endless killings. That means the army of hell, because of the killings, can descend upon you and start messing with your mind, and start messing with your destiny, and start messing with your family, and start messing with everything you do. Start messing with your brain. Start messing with your talents. Start perverting your family. Start dividing your family. Curses. Right? So to fly the papal airplane, you have to always, no matter if you're the Pope today, no matter if you're the Pope tomorrow, no matter if you are the Pope in 100 years, this airplane flies on, and the spiritual keeps changing every single day, every single deed. Every tyrant who becomes Pope will make the negative weight bigger, and the airplane's journey becomes more difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, so I received the approval of the Spirit of Jesus yesterday because of that video that I made yesterday, whereby I know that God is happy with how I am performing the ritualistic priesthood in this video series. So the goal is to correct the course of the Vatican Eagle Throne and purify what is known as killer. I don't know how to address this. There's no spiritual word for this, but let's just call it killer karma, because then you understand what I'm talking about. The Vatican in the past has caused death. And I'm not saying the Vatican took a sword and just killed people. I don't mean it like that. What I mean is, if I am the Pope and I say no to you, it's no. So maybe I should say yes to you. If you're a good person, and I should be saying yes to you, but I say no to you, I'm killing your destiny. Why? Maybe your wife is more beautiful than mine. Maybe I don't like your attitude. You know what I mean? If I excommunicate you, I'm not excommunicating you, by the way, because careful with words in the papal, with the papal authorization, you never know. Why am I excommunicating someone? With sovereign power, why am I getting rid of that person? I can destroy people in the papal authority. So the Pope can abuse his power and destroy lands. He can give victory over evil kings. He can give victory over good kings, and he can destroy good kings and destroy good kingdoms. At the snip of a finger, he can do this. The Pope can do this. 1200 years of power to snap kings into two pieces. Imagine snapping kings the wrong way. for 500 years. Imagine the weight of karma, right? So how are you going to do that? That's the second part of this papal throne instruction manual. Church, because that's the job of the Vatican, right? Church. So what is church? Today, it is rules and regulation. The church says you will obey the laws of God. And if you don't obey, then we are going to get rid of you, or we're not going to take any attention of you, or you don't belong to us, or whatever way, whatever reason. They just say you need to follow the rules. That's it. That's church. In this house, you follow the rules and you obey. And then you're a good person. And then you'll go to heaven. That's church. The translation of Vaticanism for 1200 years, that's church. It's nothing more than that, ladies and gentlemen. The question is, why should an individual from outside the church walk inside the church, sit down, follow the rules, deny him or herself? What is the reward? The church does not allow or support or not create an opportunity for the individual to develop the talents and abilities and the blessing of God into something that is useful. The individual human being cannot find his purpose in the church. In the church, a human being will find the rules and regulations. You can sit down, shut up, and be a good person. Waste of talent, waste of potential. The church cannot translate the potential of human beings inside of the construct of the will of God into a better timeline. The church does not promote growth. The church demands obedience. It's very two-dimensional. So because I am in throne of Pope of Rome, I can say the following words without consequences. It's like an ugly painting. It's ugly. Okay? If you read the Bible and understand the Bible, and you understand human nature, okay, you know there are limitations. It's a difficult job to convert people to Christ and get them to do the right thing. There are multiple ways you can handle this thing. You can study human nature, you can study the Bible, and create a bridge that is good for God, good for you, and good for the individual. But currently, churches is good for the church. The people obey, they pay their taxes. There's nothing happening. It's boring. It's two-dimensional. If you want to die, just go to church. If you want to waste your life, just go to church. Just sit down and just listen to the priest. The priest will tell you to be a good boy, and you will be a good boy, and you won't learn anything. You won't learn how to root Christianity into the earth. You won't learn how to translate your Christianity into a life for yourself. You'll learn how to be a good boy or how to be a good girl, and then you can find out what to do with that. It's incomplete. 1200 years of the mantle of Christ. The church has not learned how to carry the mantle in such a way that it will bring humanity to the next level. It's imprisoning humanity in a set of rules, and humanity doesn't understand why they should be following these rules. Because it doesn't work. The goal for the church to fix is to start that you create your life. Let me show you how timeline Christianity works. The apostles brought the key of Peter to the Roman temple that became the Christian temple. Many, many years later, there was a Protestant Reformation, God's warning shot, dividing the Christian timeline into two pieces, and all of a sudden Martin Luther started something that Adolf Hitler ended. It's like a cycle. So what happened after the Reformation? It was the United States of America. It went up, and now where is it going? It's going down. Okay, I've spoken enough. That's what you're facing. So when the church power has the upward cycle, you will see things like what Martin Luther performed. And when the church power go down in a division, right? That's because the Vatican's power got divided. When the Vatican's power got the divided power of Vatican in Germany ended, Hitler just self-annihilated the Germans. Well, Donald Trump is now self-annihilating the Americans. That's what we're facing. The future of the Vatican. How to get the future of the Vatican. How to secure it. If you're the Pope of Rome and you are a bunch of cardinals, how do you secure the future? So when the Vatican goes wrong, you see that God sends rivals. First, the rival was Martin Luther. And once you get a rival, a cycle starts. So the rival shows up, and then you have this Protestant Reformation, and that's the upward cycle. And then comes at the end the downward cycle, and then Adolf Hitler shows up. And then it self-destructs, and the cycle ends. I know this goes above the head of most people, but I'm going to say it again. Timeline Christianity, Vatican Eagle Throne, 1200 years is playing out. When the Pope of Rome goes wrong, and God starts judging it, and a rival appears, it will go up like Martin Luther, and it will go down like Adolf Hitler. And then when you as papal authority then again make the same mistake, well, there you go, America. It went up, and it's going down. So the moment the Pope of Rome starts making the type of errors that God starts judging it, humanity will experience a cycle where a rival power will have an up, and it will have a down at one certain point. And Donald Trump is the down. So in the end of the game, it's the Vatican who starts the game. That's the Vatican. When the Vatican goes wrong, that cycle starts. Donald Trump is sitting on this wave that the Vatican set in motion, and at the end of the wave, it will just go back to the Vatican. Donald Trump is the quote-unquote karma of the Vatican, just like how Martin Luther was the karma of the Vatican, how Adolf Hitler was the karma of the Vatican. The Vatican set it in motion with the crimes. Cardinals and the priesthoods just need to stop being corrupt. Reform, not like Protestant Reformation. You have to understand that making the right choice is only half the story. This is what Martin Luther didn't understand. Martin Luther was so obsessed with being a good person. You could be a great person, but if you're not doing anything with the power of God, you're useless. You have to do something. You have to set something in motion that improves the lives of other people. It's about the quality of your choices, but also the quality of your actions. What do you set in motion? If the Vatican would integrate that type of philosophical engine and start performing that, and so the Luciferian contracts. You make the mistake, and Lucifer get a contract to bring in a rival. Don't make the mistake, fix the mistakes, and the rival will go away. Alright? This was the full package for the future popes and the cardinals on how to manage the Vatican Eagle Throne, how to properly function as pope.